My name is Megan, and this is my speech. Have you ever thought about someone ripping your arms and legs off while you were completely conscious? No one ever wishes such pain on themselves on a daily basis. So why as Americans do we feel that it is okay to do this to an unborn baby? Debates can go on for days, weeks, or even months on one of the most controversial issues in the field of medicine today, abortion. This single word has the ability to invoke intense emotions from people, whether they agree or disagree with the concept. As I continue, I will persuade you to be against abortion, and I will prove to you that it is a crime. The definition of abortion is about the only commonality between activists for and against abortion. MedicineNet.com defines abortion as the mature exit of the products of conception being the fetus, fetal membrane, and placenta from the uterus. It is the loss of pregnancy and does not refer to why that pregnancy was lost. There are two types of abortions: spontaneous abortion and induced abortion. Spontaneous abortion is also known as a miscarriage. It refers to the involuntary loss of pregnancy. This occurs in about 10 to 50% of all pregnancies, the rate varying depending on age and health of the woman. There are incidents in which abortion must be induced and it is not voluntary, such as to save the life of a woman carrying the fetus. However, several induced abortions are done voluntarily, meaning the woman has a choice whether or not to terminate her pregnancy. The history of abortions in the U.S. started in 1880 and had no specific laws at all about abortions. In fact, women were allowed to get medical assistance at any time throughout their pregnancy in order to terminate their pregnancy. By 1881, abortions were mostly outlawed unless necessary to save the life of a woman carrying the baby. This prohibition of abortion remained unchallenged until later in the 20th century. It became evident that increasing numbers of illegal and potentially dangerous abortion procedures were occurring in the U.S. At this time, the line between pro-life and pro-choice began to become defined. The question became, is it considered a murder to get an abortion as the pro-life activists believed? Or is it your body, your choice, as stated by the pro-choice people? After almost 100 years in the law books, the outlaw of abortion had been overturned. Specifically, the court ruled that women can voluntarily terminate her pregnancy up until that point at which the fetus becomes viable, with viability defined as the ability to live outside the mother's womb. Belonging to the Catholic faith, I believe that all humans are God's children, and to harm one of God's children is a direct strike against God. To pro-life activists like myself, life is defined at the moment of conception, or when the egg meets the sperm. In the Bible, Jeremiah states, "Before I formed you, I knew you." When it comes to incorporating God in our life, abortion does not sound fitting. God created this earth, created us, and has a plan for all. Abortion does not allow the unborn baby to have a choice, whether newborn or not. This is unfair to the unborn baby and to God. In this way, abortion is murder, abortion is selfish, abortion is unfair, and the bottom line is abortion is forever. My belief is that your questions can be answered through God Himself and His work of the Bible. Belief in God and our creation by Him and His authorship of life, of His commandments, and His justice. The bottom line is that our religious faith motivates us. It can never be the sole legal justification for seeking laws to protect the unborn. I have a friend who has had an abortion due to conception at early age. She still to this day tells me, there's not one day that goes by that I don't think of what my baby would look like, how old it would be to this day, and what kind of person it would be. This burden lives with her every single day of her life. I know for a fact that she will not forget this event of her life ever. Abortion is forever, and it seems ridiculously selfish to not take this event that God gave you and persevere. I cannot imagine the pain endured from being poisoned, my brain vacuumed out, or my arms and legs being ripped off. These babies have feelings, and they're dying in such a painful way. Just think, after 10 weeks of conception, a baby has feet that can be observed in many pictures. These images and thoughts that these babies feel are heart-wrenching and is enough evidence to convince me that once again, abortion is murder and completely wrong.